Well, hello from Ottawa, and welcome to Gold Hawk Live on CPAC. Delegates at the Liberal Party convention this weekend have voted to, among other things, keep the monarchy, legalize marijuana, allow non-members to vote for a new leader, but stopped a bit short of establishing a U.S.-style primary voting system to select that new leader. The Liberals also elected a new party president, Mike Crawley, who defeated political veteran Sheila Copps, said one news agency, by as few as 26 votes. There was a lot of talk about renewal of the party, finding the path back to power, or even to official opposition status. And that's what we would like to talk about for the next hour. In your own mind, what does the future look like for the Liberal Party? Does it have much of a future? How long might it wander in the wilderness? What would the Liberal Party need to do to win and keep your vote? The number to call to reach us from coast to coast to coast in Canada, 1-877-296-2722. That's 1-877-296-2722. Or you can email a brief comment to goldhawk@cpac.ca. My guest today, Matthew Kalkman, is here. He's a lawyer, a liberal, and the author of New Liberalism. Matthew, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You have been at the entire convention. Let's hear your overall impression. What was it like?
Well, I think overall it was definitely a success. We were able to pass significant reforms. We were able to get our policy on track, and we were able to find a united convention by the end of it.
So, had your expectations been higher, or was it in fact better than you thought it might be?
I actually thought it went better than it could have gone, because we were able to pass, in my opinion, one of the most significant reforms.
Which was that?
Of the open voting system for supporters.
Yeah.
Which enables the Liberal Party to become the first party in our history to become the party of openness.
Well, how will that work exactly?
Well, basically what happens is, as long as you are willing to declare yourself as a Liberal supporter, you're able to take part in the leadership selection.
How would I go about declaring myself, or how would anybody declare themselves?
Well, the good thing is that it creates a two-step process. One is that the party members themselves can start a voter registration drive, which means that the Liberal Party members today will go knocking on door to door asking for supporters. And they'll have a piece of paper that says, if you sign this declaration, you can support the next leader. Yeah, okay. And that's superior because simply more people are involved in choosing the leader? Is that... No, it's superior because it signifies openness. It's all about the idea
but openness doesn't mean much in politics if people don't vote for you, right? Vote for your party during elections, unless you're in power, per se.
Yeah, and the thing is, this will bring more voters to the Liberal Party, which means we'll be one step closer to gaining government status once again.
What about the downside of that? Because I know some delegates spoke to the whole issue of, well, gee whiz, what if those bad Tories get involved as supporters and vote for the weakest candidate and somehow get involved in Machiavellian plots that would screw up the Liberals?
Well, overall, we've seen that to be false. If you look at other countries that have adopted these models, it hasn't taken place significantly there.
Would you have liked France? And so you take that on faith that shouldn't be a problem. Although don't you think there'll be some of that around?
There will be some of that, but then anyone can sign and pay $10 for the same thing.
True enough, yeah. The difference is the amount of money.
The difference is the amount of money.
Yeah, right. Okay. Now, were you also in favor of going for some kind of primary voting system? Had you thought initially that would be a good idea too?
My view was that a primary system would have been best.
Yeah.
If it went province by province. In my opinion, starting with New Brunswick, where they're bilingual. Yeah. And then going to a western province on the east, west, east, and meeting in the middle with Ontario and Quebec as the ending. I think that would have brought the best publicity.
Yeah. No, and that did not pass, but it almost passed. It was pretty close, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, certainly you can't pass every reform all at once. But I believe in the long term it will.
You think if that's tried again at some point, that will?
They just have to get used to the changes.
Okay. All right. Now, earlier today in Ottawa, as the convention was wrapping up, the reason we have you here today, Matthew, with your new book is because you've been quoted a couple of times with material from your new book. And earlier today, Liberal leader Bob Rae mentioned you rather positively, and we'd like to play that clip for you now. Go ahead, please.
There's a good new book out there by a very bright young Canadian named Matthew Kalkman. You can buy it downstairs, called The New Liberalism. Have a look at it. He talks about how the liberal idea has been consistent but has also been able to evolve. And he said, look, it's not just about liberalism in the short term, it's about liberalism over time. It's about how we need to look at the intergenerational equity of the issues facing us. We dealt with that question when we tackled the debt. We dealt with that question when we signed Kyoto on behalf of Canadians. We are the party that's going to ensure a better Canada for the future and a better Canada for young people and a better world for young people. That's what we stand for. That's what we fight for. That's what we believe in.